Okay, guys.
Kayate.
We want to get this done so we can start drinking. We can do a cool down post rave.
We could.
Really throw it all out.
How do you really feel?
Yeah. Okay, kick this off. Episode 11, post Big Sugar. It has been a year of cooldowns. This is the last one for 2025.
Maybe we'll do another one. Hey,
yeah, possibly.
Maybe we can sneak an off-season cooldown in. But last one of the race season.
Yeah. Last one of the race season. Today was a lot. It was hot and heavy from the beginning. We'll dive into that. As we've said the last couple times, we kind of want to say thank you to Shane Butter and Road ID for jumping in, supporting the first year of this. When you start something, no one knows what you're doing, especially at Sea Otter. The first one was 11 minutes long. Keegan and I both kind of wanted to get out of the chair pretty quick.
I told Alexey I was going to do it the day before, if even. Yeah. Maybe it was the day of. Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, finally. And it's been great. I think we've had a lot of fun, but it also, I keep telling people when they say how much they like it, that it also feels very disorganized and chaotic for us. And there's a real, raw, authentic piece to that I think is special. But also, sometimes you got to collect yourself and find a path. But anyway, Road ID, Shea and Butter. Today, they were both very useful. I used Ultra Balm a lot. It lasted all day, even though it was 50 miles. We had a lot of rain, precipitation out there. And then Road ID, I was a little worried at times. We had a couple cars, a couple crashes.
Dude.
It just has your back, you know?
Yeah. You never know if you end up in a ditch. It says, not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Is that what yours says?
That's what mine says. So if you find me in a ditch, not dead yet, just call Myron or Gabby. And yeah.
Mine just says Willie's dad, because that's all I'm known as at this point. So I think we got to start it yesterday a little bit. We were both obviously pre-riding. We have done so much work toward getting the whole course done, checking out the 100-mile course, and then you start hearing rumbles of, hey, maybe we're going to do 50 miles.
Yeah.
What went through your mind, equipment-wise, tactical-wise? I mean, you were such a slim margin for you. It's all of a sudden it's not, it kind of became in Cam's favor.
Yeah. It's like I'd heard, like you said, I'd heard rumors of the 50. So I looked at the course. Sophia went and checked it out, and she's like, "Oh, well, it's basically, last year's finish backwards, and then there's a small section of unknown, and then you're back into the normal finish." Really fast course, nothing really that chunky.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of climbing, pretty much just flat out, fast. And yeah, it was hard with tires because I was like, well, maybe 45s would be good because it's fast, but also I don't want to flat.
Yeah.
Because if I flat, then it's all over, all for nothing, So I did downsize the front tires to 50.
I saw that. You stressed me out on the line.
Ran 50s front and rear. Figured I was like, maybe it's a little bit of an edge for the fast finish because I had a feeling we were coming in as a group. I tried everything there was to try out there on the short little climbs we had, but there wasn't any separation to be had.
Yeah, I think for me that was kind of the mindset as I woke up and I had this idea of like, okay, if it's 50 miles, if the whole race is going to change, so I'm going to run the 50 front and rear, I'm going to run more aerodynamic wheels. And then I came back to this idea of like, I don't want the Grand Prix to end on the side of the road.
Right.
And that was the stress to me as I was
there still was that one ditch. There's still a couple
you come into that riverbed.
Sketchy little sections, and even the fast, smooth roads are still sharp rocks.
Yes.
That's like, and that was where the toss-up was like, Tobin rode fast tires because he has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we'll at least put him on fast tires. Maybe he can be a little more assistance with some fast tires. And, it was, I don't know, it was stressful. I think no one knowing really what was happening. The day before it was kind of 50-50, and then you're looking at the weather, you're like, I bet they're going to have us run the 50 because
it was pretty gnarly.
I was like, but then now we could have raced 100.
We could have raced 100 easily.
And I'm like, 100 would have been sweet because that's, that's what gravel racing is long. Today felt more like I don't know, it was kind of a weird race. I didn't know what it felt like.
It's really weird. I mean, I think I'm going to speak a little more critically just from the place that I was in, but we woke up, you're doing the thing at 4:30, you're eating. I was kind of like hesitant to like really dive into eating because if we got moved to 8:30 or what happened, I wanted to keep
checking
eating.
Your email every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're checking your email, and you and I were texting a little bit. I was texting other people, and you're trying to figure out
looking at the weather.
What's the game, right? And then you're outside, you're looking at the lightning happening, and you're like, okay, it's not here, but it's over there right now. Are we racing over there? The hardest part for me is that we'd all spent so much time preparing for a certain race, for a dogfight to happen. Like, I love Big Sugar. I really love it.
Dude, I do too.
And I struggled today to get out of my own head and enjoy the race because it was straight chaos, right? I think, I don't know the exact time, but let's say less than 40 minutes before the start, we learned it was 50 miles.
Oh, it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was
they were supposed to tell us at 6:30.
Yep.
They didn't tell us. And then it was 6:45. And they're like, oh, we still don't know. Maybe we'll tell you at 7. And then I found out rolling around, I heard like, oh yeah, we're doing 50. And you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll grab my bottle I'd made for the 50 that was a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And that was it.
That was it.
Empty out the pockets a little bit and carry on.
And I think it's hard knowing because, right, what people think is like, oh, it's just a shorter, faster race. Easy pros can handle it. But the race course isn't ready for it. We came in super hot and to a lot of sections. And this is me personally talking, but there's no marshals in a lot of places because they're not ready for the race to go 25 miles an hour. No one's seen the course. Half the guys didn't have the GPX route on. They didn't even get that downloaded, which is crazy to me. And so even the start, we hit J Street, which you and I have done at Oz Trails, but there's a wide right-hand corner, and we coming in at over 35 miles an hour.
That was
into
a
the first
scary.
corner. It was just like, I was like, Hail Mary, I'm going to follow along. Just like.
Yeah, luckily you had the mountain bike tire
Oh,
on the front.
dude, that was a game changer because I didn't have great legs to start, and I was just like, okay, don't die.
Yeah.
And then I think as you get into the course, even the feed zone, right? It wasn't meant to be a feed zone. We could all make it through what we had. But I think I expected there to be like some semblance of organization. It was just like straight chaos.
Yeah.
Because we went through it at, 50K an hour, 30 miles an hour, like as fast as we could because
We got there in what, like just over an hour?
Oh yeah. And it was also one of the cruxes of the race where you could break the race. The climb out was hard, little grass climb. So for me, I think I struggled to ever get in race mentality and like be like excited and motivated to race.
Well, it's kind of hard to lock in.
Yep, and it sucks for me. Like I said, I really enjoy racing in Bentonville. I love that the end of the season is always like all in, whatever you got left, send it. And the whole time I feel like the race just changed into like, well, where are the like 5 guys we all need to watch, and that's it.
Yeah. Then there are all these races within the race.
Yes.
It's like there was like the 4 of us racing for the win of the series overall, all watching each other, which I don't know. I hate racing like that because the race is just riding away, and then you're racing for this overall, which
you and I were like,
I didn't really know how to race it. It was hard.
I started to talk over you, but like, props to Matt. We both enjoy Matt winning.
Oh yeah.
But like, he just rode away and no one looked.
No one.
I mean, it felt a little deja vu for me, but I was like, that's not me anymore. Why are we letting him go?
I was like, you guys are just gonna let Matt ride away, the strongest rider in the bunch?
And I was like, he's in the top 10. Yeah. It's not like he was in, like last year I was in 14th or whatever.
He probably jumped to 5th today.
Yeah, he beat me. I mean, I was a sad boy for about an hour. It's funny, when I first started talking to you about the cooldown, I had this idea of like, oh, drama right after the race, get it all out. And that was kind of like, I was so angry, or like I had so many feelings after the race that I was like, we need half an hour.
Give me 30 minutes to calm down, because I wasn't very happy either.
I was like, how you got cameras in the face, but I was like, you guys just, we're good. Just let this happen. It's just a bike race, but okay, let's move on to, I guess, like a little bit of race tactics. You had to beat Cam going in. You kind of knew that.
Had to beat Cam, Simon, and Toby.
Yep.
Assuming we finished in the top 5. I don't quite know how it works. Anyway, I think I dropped a 4th in the overall.
I didn't even look. I think the thing that I saw that was interesting, because we see it coming, there was teams this year. Like Trek definitely told Kobe and Russell that they had to race for Toby. And it kind of played weirdly, because like I went really hard on the last climb, and then we're going into this final sprint, and like Toby is yelling at Kobe to slow down. And I'm like, dude, we're a mile out. Go fast right now.
Yeah, I didn't quite know what was going on either.
But so we're all like hesitating, but the sprint means so much because it's only placings, right? There's no time that matters. And so I feel like my tactics were like split the race, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, that's not happening. Sprint in the wet.
Then, I was like, maybe we should attack on that climb up Crystal Bridges, but I've tried that in the past and lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess maybe we wait for the sprint.
Yep.
And last year at Little Sugar, I hesitated in the sprint, didn't go early enough, lost a sprint. This year, went a little too early, lost a sprint. But I was like, Cam's over here, Toby's over here. Maybe if I go left, they'll get boxed in by chance if we go early enough. Because sometimes when it's hectic like that, sometimes the best move just to go early. Turns out it wasn't this time. And I mean, frankly, my sprint's pretty bad right now. Like after training so all in for Marathon Worlds, I'm lighter and just not as powerful, and the sprint's just not there.
I mean, did you see Cam's numbers? Is insane.
Oh yeah.
proper. I mean, and I think he did get boxed a little bit because he did a full 20-second sprint from the back.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't perfect position, but again, that just shows he's just like he came in with that punch.
Well, we knew that going in. If you go to the line with Cam, you're probably going to lose. So
yeah. So did you have tactics around that, or was it just like hit those climbs hard?
That was pretty much the tactic.
Yeah, we almost had him at one point on the course.
We had a gap over one of the climbs.
You, me, Simon.
We were riding pretty flat out, but I think the group behind, like you said, Toby had teammates, and I think all those guys were just emptying it, making sure we didn't get away, because we did have a pretty sizable gap. And that was a good power up that climb. I set my best 2-minute power all day.
Dude, you had me at the limit on top.
That was all I got.
And then I was like, Simon came by, and I was like, dude, you've done 60 flights this year. How are you coming over the top of Keegan and I?
His dog.
And then he's just so committed to the bit, which I love.
Oh yeah, we were riding.
And then we were all in for it. It's just like, again, you're waiting for. There's so much of that course we didn't know what was happening.
Yeah,
so
I didn't know how long that climb. I saw the.
You saw the red coming on your.
I saw the yellow, and I was like, guess we'll just start riding when it hits yellow, and we'll go until the climb ends. And I was like, if I just ride 500 to 600 watts, like odds are Cam will get dropped, and he did get dropped, but the climb ended pretty quickly, and then he comes back. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like we played the cards we had, and
I mean, I guess going in, that was my thing. I came into the finale, and I wanted to hit that last climb really hard. My race in my head was against Braden at that time. So, he was 56th, 1 point behind me.
Yeah.
Little different situation, but I was like, okay, my best move is to actually. What? He's fine to bark. People love him. Oh.
Keegan, question. Sorry.
Dude, just why don't you pass him off?
Okay, ready? Tobin, catch. Willie, stop barking or you're going to get thrown.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, so coming into the finale, we had let's say a group of 20, 40. It was a lot.
It was a lot. It kept getting bigger.
For a race that usually ends in a max of 10 guys.
Yeah, because we were sweeping up guys that were with Matt.
Yep.
We caught all of them, except for Griffin had slipped away.
Yep.
But then we caught Matthew, and we caught a couple others who were there.
Yep.
And then there was a group who caught us.
Yep.
So the group got really big. It swelled up quite a lot at the end. And then the rain.
And the race, so it started so let's start that. I think 6 miles out, we come off the highway. That's typical. We've done this finish a lot of times. It's a weird finish because you have this big flat asphalt road. You come into a solid 2-minute climb, and then there's a weird descent afterwards where it all lulls for a second. It's too far to go to the next climb. And then from there, you still have a mile to the finish. And I came into that climb and I was like, you know what, I'm going to hit it hard. And you were up there with me. And all I was thinking was, where's Braden? How can I split this race right now? Because I don't want to go into a sprint with 40 guys, even just self-preservation. I don't want to crash into a curb. And so that was my whole mindset. But then all of a sudden, we had that lull going into the second climb with about a mile to go. And I was, I think we were in the same mindset of like, don't get boxed, don't get boxed, don't get boxed. But the race came from behind. I think I finished like 13th on the day. I think you finished a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah.
But again, I was just like, that mindset of like that killer instinct, I lacked that all day. Even the sprint, I was more focused on not crashing than I was of being in the right position.
Yeah, and that sprint's tricky, especially when it's wet, because you come around, you kind of sweep right, then there's a hard left, and then it's, what is it to the finish there? It's like 400 meters,
maybe 350.
It's like almost time to open up the sprint, but it is slightly uphill, and I don't know, in hindsight, maybe the move for us was to try and go on that last little climb, but
so hard to know.
It's so hard to know.
The teams, right? I mean, right there, we talked about like all of a sudden Kobe was working with Toby, and I was like, okay, he's going to chase down anything. Because Toby was the one guy I just don't think he had great legs because he didn't really ride all day. So I was really worried about him in the sprint. Just waxing
but he always
all of
does
us.
that.
Yeah. I think you angered the weather gods because it's coming now.
It is starting to come down a little bit.
Let's bring this to a full circle. Year as a whole, you won Worlds. It's always disappointing to lose the Grand Prix like this, but I think one of the reasons I've always respected the way you race is that it is for the win. That might have changed a little bit today, but there's a lot of chaotic stuff going on. How do you feel?
I mean, the season as a whole was a win. Like you said, still won Worlds. That's been a goal of mine for the last few years. Still won, Sea Otter, Leadville, handful of other races, and so overall the season was great. And even today, it's like going to the Grand Prix is. I was in to win the Grand Prix. Whether I finished second or fourth doesn't really matter. So I was doing all I could to try and win. I've won it 3 times.
For sure.
So to me, it doesn't really matter. I was like, well, I have to try and win the Grand Prix, and if I finish wherever I finish, doesn't matter. So I mean, it is a bummer to lose it this way.
Yep.
You know, especially on kind of a changed, abbreviated race. But you know, you have to deal with what you got, and the course was shortened, and everyone had to deal with the same stuff. So it's,
Yep.
you know, it's a bummer, but it is what it is. So.
Did you take a lot of caffeine today?
I had a lot of caffeine today. Well, especially when I knew it was 50 miles, I was like,
Wake up.
we're gonna get gassed up, and we're gonna see what happens.
That was the one thing I wish I had done a little more of. I was good on nutrition, but I was like, I'd take another caffeine gel right now if I had it.
Yeah, no, I think I'll be awake for 48 hours now.
Yeah.
We're good. Ready to go for the rave tonight.
Honestly, the biggest regret I have is we're in the situation again. I'm a big fan of bicarb, and like right when it hit, I was like, dude, I wish I could. I did no baking soda in the house. I was like, is Walmart open? I'll start pounding it right now.
Just eat it.
Yeah, for me, I think same thing. I feel like I've struggled to find semblance of enjoyment at some of these races where it just sucks when it goes really bad. But the year as a whole has been, you know, a success. I think that gravel's growing. I'm excited that we're a part of that. Next year brings big things, and I think I love the Grand Prix has depth, right? There's been times where it hasn't. So it's raining on us. Avery's giving me the signal. Avery's not giving me the signal.
He's under the tree.
I think that is kind of all I had.
Yeah.
Signing off, maybe for 2025.
Signing off. Congrats to Cam.
Yeah.
Pretty sick to come in as a wild card in the Grand Prix, and he won Unbound, wins the Grand Prix. It's cool at least only one race in the Grand Prix won. And
he's one of you, me, Cam, the only ones to win 2 Grand Prix races in a year.
Yeah.
I'm lucky there, but it's. I mean, he came in and had confidence and made it happen. So
yeah, not surprised. So
that's the thing. We're not sure he should have been a wild card.
He should have been wild card to begin with. He should have been in the Grand Prix, but that's a different conversation. So
signing off. Thanks again to Road ID, Shaming Butter for the first year. You see Keegan and I at the rave. We probably don't want to talk about this too much, but you can ask us 3 questions. Max.
2.
Thanks, guys.